Batman and Joker. Just hearing those names together brings mind to one of the most iconic rivalries in comic book history. These two are more than just hero and villain. They're complete opposites who bring out something unique inside of each other, forming a relationship that's just as compelling as it is complex. Their battles aren't just about who's going to win a fight. They're clashes of philosophy, moral codes, and even sanity. On one side, you have Batman, a symbol of order and justice, while on the other, there's the Joker, the very embodiment of chaos. It's a dynamic that goes deeper than good versus evil. It's about two men who, despite everything, are locked in each other's lives, almost like they need one another to define themselves. So, what exactly makes this relationship so legendary? Let me give you guys my active opinions and unpack the reasons on why I honestly think Batman and Joker's relationship is truly one of a kind. First on the docket is obviously their opposite philosophies, order versus chaos. Batman is a character that is deeply committed to justice, structure, and self control. He uses his trauma as a fuel to protect Gotham, embodying self discipline and the pursuit of order. He is a character that is so deeply driven in trying to make sure everyone else is okay and making sure everyone else is safe, putting his body, his mind, and everything into 100%, always making sure he can control every singular outcome. His entire mind is driven so well that he is known as the greatest detective basically in the entire world. His order is so pristine and precise that he is a character that has quite literally led the Justice League, and that is a crew with so many more people so much stronger than him, but they all understand that his mind is truly one of a kind. Joker, on the other hand, lives for chaos and destruction. He takes pleasure in destabilizing Gotham and challenging the limits of Batman's control. The word chaos is just barely enough to cover who the Joker is in his facet of his mind. He is a character that will do whatever, whenever, without a singular care in the world. He has no thought about, consequences or what's about to be going on. He just does what he pleases, and usually what he pleases is more on the line of absolute devastation and destruction. He is a character that will kill brutally or just go do anything that just makes him laugh and he finds funny and fun in any specific way. His entire motives are just basically unknown, besides the one singular fact of him wanting to make Batman have one bad day and just prove Batman is just as sane as the rest of everybody else. This is a clash that isn't just a battle of fists. It's honestly a conflict of ideologies, and every encounter becomes a test of Batman's resilience and the Joker's push for anarchy, making each interaction as intense and unpredictable as you could actively think about. Second is the mutual obsession and dependency that they both have within each other. Joker is a character that has a major fixation on Batman. To the Joker, Batman is more than just opponent. He's his counterpart, someone he truly believes understands him, and Joker lives for the thrill of pushing Batman to the edge. I had already talked about this just a little bit. Joker's main goal of pushing Batman towards that one bad day. His entire motive, his entire reason for being the Joker up until this point is just proving Batman can just be broken as much as anybody else. No matter how strong, no matter how tough Batman's mental state is, Joker drives to prove that just with one bad sequence of events, Batman can go just as bad as him, or even quite possibly worse. Just with one specific move, Joker can make Batman into his almost ideal copy, even worse than he is, and just as crazy. Batman, on the other hand, is a character with a reluctant obsession. Despite his mission to bring Joker to justice, Batman is constantly drawn back to him, feeling a responsibility to stop the Joker's madness, even if he can't break away from him completely. This dependency is so heavily driven that no matter so many different occasions, no matter what the Joker does, whether it's shooting Barbara Gordon, making her paralyzed, almost actively killing his own son in Jason Todd, or doing so many other heinous and actively horrible atrocities in Gotham, destroying the place that Bruce actively loves, he still never actively wants to take the final blow, knowing that with one just move, he won't be able to come back from that brink. And he understands that no matter what he does, he just can't be the one to kill the Joker, but he just won't let anybody else also do it. This is just a very big dependency between them that is just been going on so long that honestly just somehow has maintained its interest and has maintained the draw for so long. This is a cycle of dependency. They're both locked in this endless cycle where each needs the other. Batman can't rest with the Joker on the loose, and the Joker finds little joy in the chaos without Batman's pursuit. This dynamic makes their relationship almost symbiotic, adding tragedy and a layer just so well made into their rivalry. Up next is their psychological duality. The fact that they are basically the living embodiment of being two sides of the same coin. These two characters have shared trauma but different reactions. Both Batman and Joker have faced deep trauma, but they've taken the complete opposite path. Batman channels his pain into a mission to help others, while Joker embraces the madness and pain that everything has just kind of brought him up to. We know who Batman is. He is a character that no matter what kind of trauma he faces, he always just drives himself deeper into trying to actively help people, making sure that the things that have happened to him don't have the exact same effect or just don't happen in general to anybody else. Joker, on the other hand, being a character that quite literally just says, I had to deal with all of this pain. Let me incite it onto everybody else and prove that everybody else will end up like me given the exact same opportunity or just given the horrible circumstances. These two characters reflect on each other's potential paths so specifically well also, with the Joker often representing the path that Batman could have taken had he given into his anger and despair. Specifically, Joker becomes a twisted mirror of Batman's entire own psyche. This is a very big situation of Batman has specifically stated that just one time, killing just one time, he doesn't know whether he would be able to come back from that. And obviously we have characters and versions of Batman, specifically like the Batman Who Laughs, that as soon as he even got this specific chance and he had something very specific happen to him, we saw how bad he could end up and how bad he could actively be. The entire storyline on there is absolutely amazing, yes, but it just gives us the true mind into how bad Batman could possibly be if he wasn't always kind of just limiting himself and not always just in that specific correct state of mind. Obviously, there were some very set circumstances with the Batman Who Laughs, but it is just something that is very, very well to see. This is a very constant reminder, specifically of all of the choices. This duality reinforces Batman's values and keeps him vigilant, as Joker serves as a reminder of the darkness he could very well fall into, and this constant tension fuels their ongoing battles. The one thing that you can say about these two is that they are playing the longest game of cat and mouse in history. the endless battles with no clear winners. More specifically, the fact that their fights never result in a decisive victory. Batman can't bring himself to kill the Joker, and Joker knows that without Batman, his life is truly just meaningless. Obviously, we have had so many different versions of Batman that have killed the Joker in TVs and in comics. And in all honesty, every time we see it in TV, it's never really truly done well. And it just kind of makes Batman, it shows you exactly how bad Batman would be as soon as he kills. We've seen how bad it just affects him and the kind of person Batman would be without the moral code that he holds so heavily. Joker obviously also is the character that he knows, as I've already said, without Batman, his life is meaningless. Without Batman, there is no Joker. But without Joker, Batman still has so many other things that he has to deal with, but Joker has just always been that main threat that without him, it just kind of changes the entirety of the dynamic between Batman. It just changes his entire, really, story by such a large margin. Joker is one of the biggest tests to morality that Batman has ever had to deal with, and without him, it would just cause so much more of a difference and tone shift that it is absolutely surprising. Joker constantly challenges Batman's moral code, setting up situations that would test anyone's will and resolve not to kill, pushing Batman to the absolute limits. We have seen so many examples of this, some that I've already talked about, specifically with any of Batman's kind of adopted children and all the people that he actively cares about. Joker is always willing to just test the exact limits and the exact situations that would break any other person, but just to somehow managed not to break Batman just yet. This entire situation is just something that the Joker is just always trying to do, just pushing him straight to that limit. But Batman has always been able to just not break, and that's honestly probably one of the main reasons everybody actively loves Batman. No matter how hard the Joker pushes, Batman's always able to just not break when anybody else normally would. This also is just symbolic of the larger questions. Their battles raise psychological and philosophical questions about justice, ethics, and the cost of maintaining one's morals, making fans reflect on the bigger ideas alongside all of the amazing action that we do get. Up next is the impact these two characters have on Gotham and beyond. These two characters inspiring like each other's actions specifically just causes so much chaos, obviously in Gotham specifically, because Joker's escalating crimes push Batman's to refine his methods, and while Batman's unyielding pursuit drives Joker to create even darker themes, it just usually causes so much more devastation for Gotham in general. The legacy of fear and hope that the Joker instills is in Gotham just leads to so much terror, while Batman inspires hope and courage. These two characters obviously just really create the exact perfect opposites for the city that is truly hilarious, honestly. Joker, as I've already said, inspires and instills like just absolute terror, while Batman, for who he is, yes, inspires fear in all the criminals, but inspires some kind of hope and courage for everybody else. This continued battle shapes the entirety of Gotham's narrative, affecting the citizens in so many other ways, but also affecting the entire landscape and the entirety of how Gotham operates. The Joker does so much chaos to Gotham, and I mean so much chaos, with the actual toxin that the Joker has, with the laughing gas and all of that, and the entirety of everything that the Joker is willing to do and has done. Gotham's entire infrastructure is almost always changed solely by the Joker doing whatever mad strategy that he has that specific day. These two shape the entirety of the myth that is Batman. Joker is the essential character to Batman's legend, each challenging each other's purpose, testing and defining each other with their rivalry that has shaped the heroes and villains of Gotham and beyond, setting an example of what it means to be committed to one's belief. But in all fairness, the most true reason why these two relationships is so truly compelling is the unanswered mystery between them. The ambiguity of Joker's identity and Batman's inability to fully understand or predict Joker, especially when his shifting backgrounds and unclear motives adds the perpetual layer of tension. Joker is one of the few mysteries that Batman can't solve. Him being the greatest detective and him being one of the smartest minds in the entire world just can't fathom and understand Joker's chaotic mind and how it defies even Batman's sharpest detective skills, making him an unpredictable foe. This entire mystery of the Joker's true self adds another layer of intrigue, keeping Batman and the fans endlessly captivated in their entire interactions. So, at the end of the day, Batman and Joker are locked in a relationship unlike any other in comics. Their endless battles, clashing philosophies, and deep psychological ties create a bond that is compelling as it is tragic. Batman can't kill the Joker without compromising everything he stands for, and Joker doesn't want to live in a world without Batman. These two forces both repel and attract each other, embodying extremes of order and chaos. The relationship pushes each other and each of them to the edge of focus and forces us to actively question where the line between justice and madness actively truly starts. Then that's why, after decades of comics, movies, TV shows, and so much other mediums, fans are still drawn to this rivalry because, in a way, Batman and Joker bring out the most in each other, revealing sides that nobody else can understand and will ever truly be able to even fathom. And we just kind of are just honestly glad to be able to watch the ride and see how writers and entire teams are able to truly emphasize the relationship that they have been able to develop in the years since their creation. But if you guys did enjoy this video, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you guys can get caught up with the rest of all the videos that I be posting. I am trying to go fairly crazy this week, as I've already stated in another video, so please just watch out for the other videos that are going to be coming out this week as well. But I will see you guys in the next video. If you guys did enjoy this, I've already said, comment down what you guys thought, leave a like, subscribe, but I will see you guys, and peace.